Hello and welcome back to another episode of Ishigo. In this episode what we're going to do is build the garbage collection area so garbage can be collected throughout the entire region of Ishigo. That's just a quick summary of this entire episode and that's basically what you see me build on screen right now. In the last episode we built a nuclear power plant and that was actually an awesome build. Yeah, I'm really happy how that thing turned out, and also once again guys, thank you very much for the support in that video. Thanks for the massive feedback and for the views and the comments and stuff. That was actually crazy. Once again, thank you very much for all the support recently on my last two videos. That was actually really crazy. So yeah, big shout out to you guys. But what I want to talk about today are a couple other things. So one thing what I want to talk about is actually live streaming. And yesterday I've streamed about 2.5 hours. It was kind of a surprise stream. I don't know if you have catched it, but yeah, you can always follow me on Twitter because all those things I will announce on Twitter, and sometimes I will put a video out for like 30 seconds just to let you guys know that I'm streaming. But it was a nice stream, it was a fun stream, and it was actually the first stream I've done in around 6 months. And I'm definitely planning on doing more streams because of the fact that in episode 0 of Ishigo, or episode 1, I can't remember, but one of those episodes I said, let me know in the comments down below which games I actually should play, and you guys had like lots and lots of suggestions. For example, Civilization 6 or Planet Coaster, and people actually comment on that I should play some Planet Coaster. It was a nice stream and I'm planning to do more of those streams, so probably every Saturday. At least if that works out with my schedule. But yeah, if everything or if something changes, I will let you guys know on Twitter. But basically, I'm trying to stream every Saturday, and if something changes, I will let you guys know on Twitter. Go over to Twitter, follow me on Twitter, and you will be notified when I go live, or when a video is delayed, or when a live stream is delayed, or something else is happening. One thing that actually stood out to me in the last episode's comments was the comment of Jacob Roback. He actually explained to me what that little dam thingy was for, and also a little bit about nuclear fusion and about nuclear power plants, that they don't make nuclear stuff for hospitals and so on. But yeah, that was pretty interesting, and a huge shout out to him because of the fact that he's smarter than me apparently. But yeah, he actually was able to clarify things up for me with like that little dam in front of the Ishigo power plant. It turns out that small little seawall thingy was actually a seawall to stop tidal waves and or small tsunamis. That's actually something I thought, but I wasn't sure about it, so that's why I asked you guys. And in the case of Jacob, he actually responded to me with a comment about the seawall. So I actually know that the seawall we built in the last episode is actually a seawall, and it has a function. It's not just aesthetics. That makes me happy because what I want to build is of course aesthetics first and detail first, but it also needs to have some sort of a function. Otherwise you cannot give a story to a build, and that's pretty interesting, and that's also pretty important to me. So once again, Jacob, thank you very much for your comment. Yeah, it helped me actually a lot with understanding how a nuclear power process or a nuclear power plant works, and how it works with like medical isotopes, because he also said something about that in the comments of the last episode. So if you want to see that comment, go over to the last episode. Links will be in the description down below, and it's going to be an annotation on screen. You can actually watch the episode, you can actually look up Jacob's comment. And once again, Jacob, thank you very much for your comment. I actually know now what yeah, what that seawall is. So yeah, thank you very much. Moving on to the actual episode, what we're building is the garbage collection area. In the last episode we built a power plant, and this time it's time to build a garbage collection area, because what you need in a great city if you build it up is power, you need waste management, and you need like water. So those three things combined will make the city great. The garbage collection area is a great and unique build, and that's because of the fact that this area is constructed with not just the regular vanilla game landfills. It actually got custom landfills. Unfortunately, they don't operate as real landfills, but still, I mean, we got 3 custom landfills and they look great together. They're a lot smaller than the regular ones, because I think the regular ones, like the vanilla game ones, are I think twice, maybe even 3 times as big as these landfills. And these landfills, what I try to build, these custom ones, they just look freaking awesome. I can put much more detail in. For example, we've got oil stains, we've got a couple of leaves that are still laying down there, we've got some broken down furniture. I think you even can see some sort of a couch in it as well. And that amount of detail for me is crazy to use instead of like a normal landfill, because like I said earlier, I want to build the most detailed city and the most detailed garbage collection area of Ishigo. And to make custom landfills, they just make it a lot better instead of like having normal regular landfills. Also, what we've got going on, and I think you will see that later down in the video, is a garbage pit, and that is a little bit special. So this pit is pretty special because of the fact that it got 3, maybe even 5 layers of garbage on top of each other. Then they put, I think, even like a meter of soil on top of it, and then it's gone. So they'll actually put it inside of the earth. It's really bad for the environment, but just to make it and just to dig a hole or dig a pit and putting garbage in it, in this garbage collection area, it just looks freaking awesome. Because of the pit, this garbage collection area got one unique point that a lot of garbage collection areas don't have. And it already got like 1 storage of garbage filled up, so now what you need to do is enter another layer of soil, a small layer of soil. After that they will actually build it up, maybe 3, 4, 5 stacks, and after that you can put some grass on top of it and it's all gone. If you see it, you will think it's a great thing, it's a great addition to this garbage collection area, because most of this garbage collection area is recyclable. So we've got like an entire recyclable plant, except for like the landfills and this garbage collection pit, because most of this garbage collection area is actually recycling their materials. We've got a separate station for glass, aluminum, ferrous ore, some other stuff. I think we've even got like a separate station for paper and other things like that, like paper, cardboard. Yeah, and most of them are actually getting recycled and getting used again. So that's also one thing that this garbage collection does. It also stores the garbage, but it also recycles it, so we can use it once again. That is also something this garbage collection does. It doesn't only burn the garbage, it actually reuses it to get new materials again. The entire plant itself also got plenty of detail. For example, all the roads are lined out with orange lanes and stuff, so people know where to drive, people know where not to drive, and just to make it all a safe experience for the people who work there. Also, the entire thing is fenced off, and that I actually like about this. It's got lots and lots of detail. The same goes for like the custom landfills. It also got lots and lots of detail, and I tried to continue that with the entire garbage collection build. And it just looks freaking awesome. What we even got is a small little container storage area. So when the garbage is filled up, or when the recycled garbage is filled up, for example, aluminum is filled up in small little packages of aluminum, it gets shipped down to the container storage area, get put into a container, and it actually goes away. Or at least that's what I'm trying to build. Also, the entire thing is fenced off. We've got the garbage collection area itself is fenced off, but the entire perimeter is also fenced off. Once again, you will see that in a little bit. Also, this vicinity got a custom parking lot. The same goes for a custom bike parking lot. And man, that's a real tongue twister. But anyway, yeah, both parking lots for even bike, cars and other vehicles are all custom. The same goes for the bus stop. That one isn't custom, but I downloaded that off the Steam Workshop, and it is actually a great asset to have. Yeah, and I actually placed a bus stop over there with multiple bus stops because of the fact that it's just a huge factory, and I feel like it to actually place a couple of bus stops over there. For example, people who work at this garbage collection area don't all live in the city. They actually live in villages. Maybe their day job is working at the factory and their night job is maybe guarding the power plant, the nuclear power plant or some sort. So you need like good transportation to get through the garbage collection area, and it's also a little bit tucked away in a small little mountain rig, and therefore you also need good transportation to get people from point A to point B. So one last thing what I want to talk about is actually the entrance and the exit towards the factory, and that's a little bit special because I use the new 3-lane roads. So they are really compatible with like the smaller 2-lane roads, but then they actually got 3 lanes. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I use them in such a way that I think the traffic will actually flow much better from and to the factory. So yeah, that's just a point of mention over here. And also one thing that I probably should mention is the tunnel entrance that goes underneath the vicinity. So in the beginning of the video you actually saw me build the custom landfills, but also what you saw me do is build some sort of a ventilation system on top of the tunnel entrance. And I do that with all the tunnel entrances because they kind of be quite long tunnels. You will see that in a couple of episodes that I've recorded but aren't out yet. You'll probably see that once again. And that's just because of the fact that those tunnels actually need oxygen, and if you go to real life tunnels, they actually got some sort of ventilation system on top of the tunnel entrance, or even like close by it or next to the road itself. And that's just because when you are in a tunnel that's longer than, let's say, 5 miles or something like that, it's common to have like oxygen supplies, or even 2 miles for that matter, but it's common to have like oxygen supplies so you keep breathing if your car breaks down. So I actually want to recreate that, and fortunately with the new unfortunate update of the movement mod that you can put stuff on top of each other, I could, and that's really awesome and it's really nice. And I think overall the entire vicinity with this highway going underneath it, it turned out really great and really awesome. And guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna play a little bit of music until this time lapse ends, and after that I'm gonna switch over to live mode, and I'll see you guys there. So right now what we're doing is the live part of the episode, and in the last episode, episode 1, I didn't do it because I was a little bit in time crunch. First of all, we're gonna get started with this beautiful looking garbage collection area. What I really like about this is we built like the garbage collection area, like these, I think they're over here, like... Oh yeah, they're over here. Like the landfill sites, the landfills, they are way too big to actually place them over here. So what I did, I actually built this just 3 separate small landfill sites, and then we got like a really big one over at this back area as well. One thing what I probably should add in are a couple of lights over here, otherwise it's really dark and that's something you don't want. Actually, let's switch into dark mode, otherwise it's really hard to see. So we're gonna go for like a couple of street lights, and maybe if it's possible like a couple of these airport lights as well. So basically this is how it actually looks at nighttime, like the entire island, or like what we built. So as you can see right now, everything is lit up except for like these landfills over here. I probably should place like a couple of lights so at least it's a little bit lit up, but not too much because people don't use those landfills like when it's dark, I think. But we're gonna go for like a couple of lights, so at least, yeah, they have like a couple of lights so they know what to do and where to go, so they don't crash into the land sites. That would be bad actually. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, we got lots and lots of stuff done already in like episode 1 and 2, and of course episode 0, creating the map. But what I really like about this intersection over here is the fact that we got lots and lots of detail in this intersection. So for example, we got like these, we've got these guardrails over here, and they actually protect the people who are, yeah, who are probably skipping across. Like if you're on a highway, it's like one way, and other highways the other way, and these guardrails will actually protect you and keep you safe. And I just placed them because of the fact that I want to bring in much more detail than in the last series we did with Turner Mountain. Sometimes I skipped a little bit on the detail, and right now what I want to do is actually place like lots and lots of detailed stuff. So for example, we got like guardrails across the entire highway. We got like a couple of small roundabouts, and what I really like about this roundabout is like this park in the middle. It just makes it feel a lot nicer to look at, and it also stands out a little bit. So one thing what I want to do right now to wrap up the episode is look at this from a nighttime, and then probably some cinematic shots as well, and that's probably it. I mean, just look at how gorgeous this is. We even got like a small little in and out way, so when people are actually going, oh, you can actually see it right now. Watch this car, watch this green car. So I'll actually go back into the daytime mode. You can actually see it quite a little bit better. But if this car wants to go this way, he's gonna go via this path, and if he wants to go like to Lewis Street, he actually gonna go through this area. So okay, you actually turn. But what I want to show you guys is I use like these newly added, I think they're over here, these newly added freeways. So we got a 3-lane road, and you can actually do like quite a lot of stuff with them. So if I go over here, and we got like one way, but if I want to change it, for example, let's say over here I want to change it, I think, yeah, you can actually, you already saw it. So I changed this area and I didn't change this one. So what will happen is actually sometimes this will come into existence because you change like lanes. It switches, and that's really nice. I used that small little combination over at the garbage collection area just to make it a little bit more realistic, and also to make sure traffic will flow much better. Same I did over here as well. So when people go out, they only need like one way to get on the interstate. The same goes for over here, and if they want to actually get into the garbage collection, they actually have like only one way to actually get in, like via this T-junction, and they also can just move on. Just for safety, I actually placed like a couple of lights and stuff, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I think overall like this garbage collection area turned out pretty nicely. In the next episode we're gonna do some crazy stuff as well. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content. Wait around for the cinematic views because it is awesome, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care and goodbye.